We've been talking a lot here today about how we go about doing our business. And most people, when they go to see a lawyer, they see the counselor, the lawyer. That's what they're there for, getting legal advice. But in my business, a lot of which is family law, personal issues, not just business. I do that stuff too, but when it comes to things like divorce and custody and support, those kind of things that have a heavy emotional element to it, when they come to see just me, I'm just a talking head. They have no way of judging whether I could do a good job or do a bad job. They're interviewing me to see if what I say perhaps matches what they're looking for. If I say I'm going to kill this person, I'm going to destroy him, and they're looking for a nice person, probably they're going to look for some different lawyer that's more congenial to how they'd like to see it. Or vice versa. I'm a nice person. I hope to think I am, and I'm going to try to settle this case nicely. And all they want to do is get even for the way they felt they've been treated during the marriage. They want a guy who's going to go be a pit bull and bite. I do both of those things when the case calls for it. But if you just talk to a person, I don't read minds. I can't be 100% sure what they're really looking for. I'm not trying to be what they want. I'm trying to be what they need me to be so that I can do the job properly. That's why in this practice, because I'm a solo, it isn't just me here. I have an assistant. That's her title. I call it that on purpose. Not paralegal, not secretary. She's my assistant. She's not a lawyer, but when I hired Lori, who is my assistant, I told her the day I hired her, I said, Lori, I want you to be good enough at what you do. So if I'm ever gone for 6 months, people don't notice because I need you to be able to know what we do here. You can't give legal advice. And by the way, I know she often says to people, I can't give legal advice. That doesn't stop her from talking to people in a more emotional, more direct, more non-technical, non-lawyer way about what the issues are. And it goes over very, very well. Sometimes when that happens, we will have the people come in to see me and Lori's in the room at the same time, and we run a tandem interview because I know there are both needs that need to be met. And if you don't meet both of them, you're not satisfied with what the client needs to hear, let alone how they have to hear it. And that's what I try to do. Tell you what you need to know and say it in a way you'd like to hear it. And Lori is very good at that. This week, for example, we had a client in our office here who was really feeling crushed and pushed down and broken by the way the marriage had gone. And didn't really want to do anything. Came in to get, what do I have to know? What do I have to do to move ahead? And wasn't willing to commit to do anything. And I kept saying, well, you came to see me. Why don't you want to do this? Because clearly you need to get some relief, some satisfaction. Very concerned that she's going to lose anyway. He'll kill her. He made a lot of the kinds of threats that people sometimes make. You'll be sorry. I'm going to win. I know everything. You have nothing. You'll be on the street, etc. These stories are very commonplace. Sometimes they're true. Mostly they're not. You can't tell whether the spouse thinks that's true, and that's why the spouse is saying it, or wants my client prospect to think they're true. It's the same effect. It works because they're used to that kind of way of relating to each other. And Lori was in the room when this happened because the woman was really, it was a woman, she was really feeling kind of pressured and unhappy, not even glad to be here, very nervous. You're not going to call my husband, are you? And of course I don't do that. It's confidential. And Lori said, listen, and she was good at it. She said, listen, I've had a hard life myself from time to time. Let me explain something to you. If you just strike a blow, stand up for yourself, you'll put your husband back on his heels. You'll show him that you mean it. And you begin to get a crack in the relationship that has put you in this bad spot. You'll feel better. And you'll start to get better. And at that moment, the woman's face just lit right up. I mean, it was like something in a movie. You could see it. And she said, I never thought of it that way. That's the best thing I've ever heard. It's the best thing I've thought about in a long time. I see. Let's go do it. Because Lori said, look, what's the worst that can happen? It'll come out as bad as you think. But you won't be on your own. Because although I don't go to court, Lori said, Paul here does that. And I'm here to talk to you if you have any concerns or issues. Because our clients do that. They call sometime. They don't have to talk to me. Some of my clients actually prefer to talk to Lori instead of me because they think she's sympathetic and understanding. And she doesn't give bad answers. And she does not give legal advice. And when it's an answer that requires that kind of input, she always says, and I'm going to quote it, that sounds like a Paul question. And then she puts the client onto me and I get it straightened out. And that way we work together because it's just me. I'm a solo. I'm the only lawyer here. You don't get a junior associate. but you also get a team. And that's how we work it in this office. Together, I do a lot of stuff myself, of course. Sometimes Lori talks to them on her own, and sometimes we do it together. Our clients, I think, not only really like that, I think it's good for them. Because that way, all of the client's concerns, not just the legal side, the emotional side, which is a very heavy element in divorce, is also getting satisfied. And she's good at that. And that's why she stays here. As I told Lori when I hired her, I want you to be good enough at what you're doing that if I'm missing for 6 months, people didn't notice. And as a consequence of that, I can say with all sincerity, when you come here, you're getting treated right. And what matters to you most is being addressed. Your life, of course, the emotional side, your money, your property, all of that's important. When it really matters, the choice is simple. When it really matters, the choice is simple.